Hey everyone, welcome back to another writing video. My name is Alyssa and this is my channel, Princess Alyssa. Today I'm going to be doing an all about my novel video for my newest story, Asha, Kyla, and Louise. So I am so freaking excited about this book because one, it's the kind of story that I've been wanting to write for the longest time, and it's number two, it's on a topic that I absolutely love. Three, it's my very first historical fiction novel. 4, I have not outlined this at all whatsoever. I'm kind of pantsing this, or planting, whatever I'm just going straight into this story. And I was very, yesterday I ended up making a website page, or a novel page for this on my website. It will be linked down below if you want to read kind of like the synopsis of it. But this is a story that is set in 1912, and on April 10th of 1912, whichever day April 10th was, but this story takes place during the time that the Titanic was setting sail, and it takes place within that 5-day span. I've just started writing it on Monday. And I was going to see if I can try writing it in 5 days, but that's not going to work, especially if I want it to be a lot better quality. But for the first draft, this is the very first draft of it, it's set on the Titanic throughout the whole time. Well, in the beginning, for the first 3 chapters, it's each character telling their kind of story through a lot of dialogue, and I use a lot of dialogue to move this story around. There's a little buzz that's bothering me, so I'm gonna get that. And Asha, Kyla, and Louise are 3 passengers, my own passengers that I'm put onto the Titanic. There will be a tragic end for one of them, and the other 2 will have to kind of show us how they deal with that. So, starting off with Asha. Asha is turning 11 years old or 15 years old. I think I have her turning 11 years old. And her name is Asha Eidling. I don't have middle names for these characters because they don't really need middle names, but she has curly red hair and pale skin with freckles and blue eyes. She's kind of, well, she's whatever height 11-year-olds are at, so you can picture that for yourself. She is a third-class passenger with her family, which consists of her mom and dad, who I have her call Mama and Papa, and then her 2 older brothers, Thomas and Dylan. And currently I have them fighting over which takes the top and bottom bunk in their cabin, because they are aboard the ship right now and trying to get settled in. But her story is telling what the third class was like, and I already know quite a bit on the first, second, and third class, like what it was like on the ship, and I kind of wanted to show each level because we do see that in the movie, but I don't think it went too into depth because we only saw first and third class from Rose and Jack. And this is not a retelling in any way. This is just, although I have toyed with the idea of having the characters run into Rose and Jack when they're all running around the ship, with those 2 trying to get away from the other guys and these 3 girls just playing around. I have played with that idea, but then that would seem like a retelling of, well, this is a retelling, but it's kind of more historical fiction, and But back to Asha. We will be seeing her side of her point of view from a young girl's age of the ship and her first time being on a ship. It's her birthday on April 10th. And it's something that her parents wanted to do with her family, so that they can kind of have this bonding time. And then she ends up going around the Titanic and ends up meeting Kyla. Wow, I'm forgetting her last name right now. But again, it will be linked down below so that you can go look at it on the website. But she ends up meeting Kyla, who is a second-class passenger. Also, first off, I had this told in a lot of dialogue because that kind of shows what kind of people these characters are, and it also just shows a lot of character for this particular story. And Asha and her family live in, well, right now they were at a hotel, but they live in a kind of smaller home, kind of like a one-story smaller home that you would find in 1912. I don't, since it's set on Titanic, I haven't thought of a lot of things, but the ship and these girls and their journey throughout the 5 days until its tragic end. Asha ends up, after unpacking, going around and taking herself on a tour of the ship with her brothers because her parents were like, keep an eye on your sister, make sure she doesn't fall off the ship. And that's kind of a little joke, or a bad joke. Anyways, she ends up meeting Kyla, who is a second-class passenger, and she is just with her parents, and they live in this kind of manor-type home with a barn and a guest house, and we actually see each character getting all their families together and ready because they're all kind of almost running late for the ship, but Kyla is feeding the horses and taking care of her chores before she leaves because she loves to make sure she has everything in order, so that her parents don't get mad because they're kind of strict. And she has a brother who I forget his name, but she has an older brother, and she's the youngest. It's her birthday on April 11th, and then those two together end up meeting Louise Hadding. Louise Hadding is our first class passenger. She is interesting because her parents are kind of from both sides, or not both sides as in first and third class, but both sides as in, her dad does not mind her mingling with other passengers of different class, while her mother does not like that at all. She does not want her going down to a third class deck or the second class. She only wants to be with people of her own. And that part you can kind of see a lot throughout the movie with Rose, and how that's kind of a forbidden thing for her and her family with Jack aboard and their love affair. But I love these characters, and that's kind of like a small glimpse of it. I don't want to do too much of an all about my novel video for this because I don't want to spoil too much. I will be going throughout each day in as much detail as I can. Of course, in the revisions of the story, I will have to do a bit more detail because I know I missed a lot in this draft, but I just want to kind of get this story out of my head because it's coming too fast. And I love the Titanic. It's something that I'm afraid of, but that I love. Like any scenes that I see where it's underwater and like the submarines coming so close to it, it scares the living daylights out of me. I don't like deep waters. I don't like seeing shipwrecks underwater, but this story this ship I've just always kind of gone back to, and this is the first story where I have it on a ship, and a very important ship in history. But I don't know, I just think it will be really interesting to write from each class, and it's going to be a interesting and fun and emotional time. Let me tell you, I would be sitting in the library trying to write this and trying not to cry because I would picture the end. I know how Asha is going to die, and I know how she's going to die with her family. And I know how Louise and Kyla are going to try and do a heroic act, but it doesn't end up working, and they end up getting like pulled onto the lifeboat. But I know how everything is going to end, and it's so hard on me emotionally because it scares me, just the thought of going down with the ship and just seeing it break in half and hearing all the screams and just that terrifying, however long it had, like 20 minutes I think we said. But yeah, this is the new story that I'm writing, and I kind of just wanted to share it with you guys because it's an important story for me. I was really afraid of posting it on my website as well as my Instagram, just to notify that I have it on a new page on there, as well as my Facebook page. I did that first. It's really hard on me emotionally to write this. I'm filming, go! Alright, sorry about that. My mom ended up coming in with the dog and throwing a fake spider at me. And I had to whack it away and tell him I'm filming here. Anyways, like I was saying, this story is going to be very hard on me emotionally because I'm dealing with something that I'm definitely afraid of. But all the same, I am excited to write it, and I've been loving writing it. It's kind of like my break from Zamora, even though I do want to finish that. I'm kind of flipping back and forth between these two stories, which I know isn't good, but it just depends on when I feel like writing, kind of like when I feel like reading at certain times. And I love the Titanic. I love this story, and I can't wait to hopefully share it one day, although I'm terrified of sharing this type of story with you guys, or with anyone. And yeah, so that's all about my novel Asha, Kyla, and Louise, although I think it might be called Just Hold On because I had a kind of image pop up, or like a scene pop up of her writing, and Asha writing in her journal. And I'm going to also be having an epilogue where these researchers are kind of like the end of the beginning / the end of the Titanic movie. And what's funny is a friend of mine, when I was telling him this story, he's a writer too, he was like, hey, you should have them have researchers go down and collect like certain items. And I wouldn't personally want to go down there and even like remove something from the ship because I don't want to disturb the ship, and I feel like it's been disturbed too much. But yeah, this is just an important story, and I feel like I'm going to repeat myself. So that is it for this All About My Novel video. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know down below. And it would, I don't know, it's kind of interesting because I have to have photos of the ship up on another tab while I'm writing this so that I can see like the third class and the French parlor and the deck or the main deck and like their exercise room, if that's what it was called, just so I can describe everything a little bit better. But that is my story, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up because it will help, and subscribe down below for any more reading, writing, any type of multimedia videos that I'll do in the future. And I'm really trying to get back into the groove of making videos, so I hope you guys enjoyed that, and thank you for staying around even though some days or some weeks / some months I'm not filming at all. Most of it's because I'm not here, not at home through Mondays through Thursdays, half the day, because I'm at school. I'm saying I'm a lot. I apologize. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!